My name is Fiona MacLeod and I'm Chair of Yorkhill Green Spaces, and that's a small local charity and community gardening group. We started out about 4 years ago. It was really just the Community Council did a consultation with the public, seeing what they thought about improving the green spaces, and that was where it was born. And as a result of funding from the Community Council, which they raised at one of their annual gala days, we managed to get the group up and running and now actually look after 3 different parks. The whole idea was really, this is such an urban area and very few people have gardens in this area, although we've got magnificent Kelvingrove Park just 2 streets away and all of that. There's not really an area for people to just sit and garden and feel it's part of their community. So that gave us the opportunity to promote it in a way that allows people to learn about gardening, to do gardening, but also just to meet other people in the community, enjoy the fresh air and have a bit of a say in what's going on, because this was a little bit sort of sad looking, so we decided we wanted to improve it, make it a safer place and a more pleasant place for people to just enjoy the green spaces. The history of the park, this whole area was actually called Overnewton. This is now Overnewton Square, but the whole area was called Overnewton until there was a big house, a big grand house built up on Yorkhill, and that was called Yorkhill House, and so that's why the name is now changed and the whole area is now known as Yorkhill. But there's a history way back before that, again on the hill at Yorkhill. In the 1800s, some Roman coins and artefacts were discovered, and that was the first site that there had been a fort that's actually in Glasgow itself. And it seems an ideal place because it's looking right across the River Clyde with the River Kelvin on the other side, and it's a great place for a fort, and it's believed to be before the Antonine Wall was built, because once that was built the fort wasn't really needed anymore. So there's a fascinating history, and what we are hoping to do as a group, because although we're looking at gardening and promoting the area and involving the community, we're also trying to find out a bit more about the heritage of this area. So next year, and it may be on Open Doors, who knows, next year we're actually going to try and have a pop-up museum, people giving their own stories, the kind of local stories, but also manage to do a bit of research with the Keep Scotland Beautiful Heritage Officer to find out a wee bit more. Particularly I'm interested in finding a bit more about the Roman people who lived here at one point. It's a joy to be part of, it's a joy to see the difference, and even things like we've got a new play park, which was great to hear children playing and knowing that they're quite safe again. But I think it's more the feeling that we're all empowered as a community, that we've got a wee say in what's going on. We do brainstorming sessions once a year, and that's what forms the plans, and that's open to anybody in the community, the public. And I think one of the things that we've been really proud of is the change in the biodiversity, because we've done a lot of wildflower meadow planting, and that has encouraged a lot of different species, wildlife species, which is really huge, and one of my colleagues, Scott, might be able to tell you a wee bit more about that part of it.